Hello there, Aries. This is your monthly October 2021 reading with Melissa here from Enchanted Emerald. As always, I use the traditional Rider-Waite deck. And before we get started here, just a little reminder, if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please don't hesitate to hit that red subscribe button and the bell so that you're in the know of all of the new amazing content as it is released. I'm going to be working on some love readings as soon as I get some of these monthlies out of the way. So stepping into your energy, I definitely feel as though this is a month where you're going to be relying heavily on your intuition. So taking some time to yourself to make sure that you're in touch with your intuition, making sure that you're aware of how you're feeling and navigating from your gut feeling and moving forward in your best possible way is definitely the energy that I'm feeling for you, Aries. So as we get started here, stepping into the first week, the 1st through the 9th, we had cards. A lot of cards are coming out 2 at a time for you, so the energy was definitely abundant for you. King of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords. And so the 1st through the 9th, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Then we also had midweek, the Chariot with the Wheel of Fortune. The Chariot with the Wheel of Fortune. And then rounding out as we head toward the 9th, we have the Queen of Cups with the 10 of Wands. And so what I really feel with this is that maybe you are not feeling as deserving as you need to be. Maybe you're just coming to the realization that you are deserving. You're stepping into that feeling of worthiness, starting to cut things out of your life that you feel no longer resonate, no longer are vibing with your vibe. And so I'm feeling as though, maybe in the past you were at a point where you were kind of like just down to go with the flow, and so superficially, on the surface, you were maybe, I'm agreeable to anything, and even if you weren't necessarily content with how things were flowing, you were just going with the flow to the best of your ability. And it's starting to feel a little uncomfortable now because you know your worth, and so you are willing to step up and say your piece. And maybe you are now feeling, your intuition feeling like, gosh, something's off here and it's time for me to speak my piece. And I know that I'm deserving of so much more. I know I'm worth so much more. And so maybe you're going to have to give somebody a piece of your mind. And so, feel that a lot here for you. Feel being in alignment, with your higher self and starting to bring that now out into your physical reality. So what I was shown with this is a jaguar for a spirit animal. So really connecting with that power animal as you need to tap into your success, right? Your courage, and really focus on making sure that you're tapping into your inner wisdom as you navigate this, right? And being aware that sometimes you need to take a step back. Sometimes there needs to be some stillness, some meditation to really feel things out in terms of what it is that you want to say to this person, in terms of what's this uncomfortable feeling? Where is it coming from? Why was I okay with this and now I'm not? Or, something to that effect. So really trying to, put your intuition in the driver's seat, putting yourself into the driver's seat, no longer being the passenger, but calling the shots, okay? So feel like in the past, you were the passenger, you were kind of held captive, right? You go where the driver goes. And so really getting yourself into a point where you are the one making the decisions. You are the one calling the shots. You take the car where you want it to go, and you decide you want to go to the mall, you're going to go to the mall. And so, no longer just going with the flow, but actually taking active steps to get yourself into a position that you want to be in, which is a beautiful, beautiful energy for you, Aries. So, I feel as we head into this could be transpiring because this is the energy for the 1st through the 9th. And through this, we have a new moon. The new moon will actually be on October 6th. And so this is saying this is a dark moon. Spirit is kind of bringing to the light some of the things from a dark moon. And so when we talk about the dark moon, it's the balsamic phase of the moon. It usually happens a couple of days before the new moon. So for this, that's really what I'm seeing with that Chariot card here. You can see the black and white there, right? I feel like there's things that you're going to be working with from your shadow self that are going to be coming to the light, bringing things, dragging the things out of the shadow and into the light so that you can deal with them. And that's what I feel like you're doing when you're trying to get yourself into a position from the passenger seat to the driver's seat. So really starting to, confront some of those fears maybe that you've had, confront some of those beliefs, those long-standing beliefs that you've had, and starting to let go of some of those so that when you're in the driver's seat, you're not just frozen in fear and hanging on tightly to the steering wheel, but you're actually able to move the car to take that wherever it is that you want to go. And so I feel that that could be, as you move through this energy, working with some of the energy, there could be some new moon things. Maybe you want to, on the, a couple of days before the new moon and into the new moon, set some intentions, burn a candle, be it a white candle. I'm seeing a white candle, so that could be something that could be very beneficial to purify, right? And so I feel as though, you might have been in the past tasked with a lot of things. When I say being held captive, that's kind of what I feel with that. So being in that passenger side, you're doing things you don't necessarily want to do because you're going with the flow, right? So that could be when you're being tasked with these things. It feels heavy, whether it's feeling heavy emotionally, whether it's feeling heavy because you actually have with that Ten of Wands that lots of burden, heavy, lots of responsibility, right? You're tasked with this physical heavy load. You're carrying so many people with you, right? Maybe you're trying to help everybody else emotionally, and so it's weighing on you, right? But you're doing things too. Ultimately, I think you're doing things the hard way. And there's easier ways to go about things and to go about these tasks. And so that's what I really feel with that. So try to be mindful of that as you're trying to move yourself from the passenger to the driver's seat. What is it that you can let go? When you start looking at that Ten of Wands, you can start to delegate some of those tasks. You can start to drop some of those wands. You can give some of those wands away. Give some of those tasks away. Or maybe there's an easier way to carry that. Put it up on your shoulder and carry that with you, right? So there's probably easier ways to do things too. So just be mindful. I feel like Spirit will be showing you the way. So just be open to the signs that you're seeing. And I feel, too, with this, that there's a reminder here that there's a lesson in it, that these things that have ultimately become a burden for you by having to carry so many things, that the lesson is that you are no longer going to be feeling obligated to say yes to do things, but standing in your truth and knowing when to say no, and knowing when you want to say no, you're going to say no, and not feel guilty about that, and understanding that as you start to do those things and say no, it's going to feel uncomfortable at first, but it will get easier with time. And as you do that more and more, it's more and more empowering. And so you'll find yourself feeling really good about that. So moving into the 10th through the 16th, we have these two cards came out together. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. The Magician. I love this card. And the Justice card came out with the Ace of Wands. And so these two came together to round out the week. So what I feel with this is that there's going to be some communication coming forward. And I feel that this is a conversation you're going to be having with somebody. Maybe this person is going to be grilling you. I feel there's going to be like a lot of questions going back and forth. I feel like with this Magician card especially, I feel like this person can be a little bit manipulative. I feel in terms of when they are questioning you, I feel like they're playing off of your insecurities a little bit, right? They are trying to sabotage things a little bit. And so what it is doing is it's leaving you in a position where you're feeling a little bit doubtful. You're having a lot of doubts about yourself. And that's not an easy position to be in. So I want to just put that out there because I think it's important for you to seek some balance in this, right? Understanding that they're doing this first and foremost is the key to that, so that you can know when they're doing that, you can take your power back from them, right? It can balance things out as you start to confront them maybe in some of these behaviors. In a nice and kind and gentle way, implementing those boundaries. And as you balance out with that justice, as you start to balance that out a bit, I do feel that you will reinforce some of that trust that you have. But what I think is happening is that there's a lot of passion between the two of you. I think that both of you are pretty passionate people in terms of how you speak your mind, and you have like this fire, because you're a fire sign, so you have this fire for life, and so you are passionate people in general. I also feel as though there could be some tension building between you and this person in a physical way, and I think it's one-sided. I think that there's only one person that's actually feeling that, and or maybe one person is feeling it more than the other. I think, so that's important to be mindful of, that one person is interested in another in a more than platonic way, in a romantic way, and things are not progressing, and so this is just like a buildup of this energy, but nobody is saying anything to each other, I feel, so they're not being honest with each other about what's happening, and so there's a little bit of frustration now building, I think, and so there's a potential for some conflict between the two of you. So I think it's important maybe to just be honest with each other. I think there's untapped desires there. And when you are honest about what you want or what you need or what's happening inside emotionally, I think that is going to be the best way to move forward. In fact, if that is, resonating for you here, then I feel that you're going to have to be the one to make the first move or to bring that up in conversation. I don't think that this other person is going to bring that up, okay? So, but just being honest about that so that it can help to bring you closer together so that you can work through this together. So that's what I feel for the 10th through the 16th for you, Aries. Moving into the 17th through the 23rd. We have the Three of Cups with the Two of Swords and the Page of Swords. These two actually came out together. And the Six of Cups. I love this one. Okay, so when we look at this, I'm really feeling like these swords here are double-edged swords. Okay? That's really what I'm feeling. I feel like they're double-edged swords. What do I mean by that? I feel like it's really important to you to have a conversation with somebody. I feel like some information is being withheld from you in some way, shape, or form. But having a conversation with somebody is going to give you a little bit more clarity. You're going to be able to see somebody else's point of view. And from that, you are going to be able to make the best decision for yourself. Some decision is going to have to be made. And that's what I'm feeling with that. I feel as though, again, this is a little bit of a carryover from last week. I feel, the word strictly platonic is coming through. So I feel as though the decision that might be coming forward is the decision to stay only friends. And I feel like this person on the other end of that is the one that's really pushing that. I think this person really values what you have with that Three of Cups. They really value spending time with you. They see you as more of a like a family friend, or maybe more of like a family member. They're so close to you that they feel that with you, and so you guys have so much fun together that this person really needs that. This person doesn't have a lot of supports, I don't think, in their life, and they really look to you. They look up to you, and they need you. They literally need you in their life as a support person. They can come to you with anything. They feel like you don't judge them. And I feel love, so much love with this. And I'm getting chills with this. So this is definitely someone's message out there. So this is something that they don't have. In fact, I don't think that they've had this most of their life, if ever, from someone. And so I think that they're really just worried about losing that. They're worried about, losing that foundation or that bond that they have with you by trying something with you and then something go wrong romantically, right? And then not having you. And so I think that there's a fear there. So I think that this is like you are the light for this person. Like they really see you not as the end all be all, but like as an inspiration to them. And they like don't know what they would do without you. And so that's so beautiful. I love it so much. So I think that this person, will be a little bit slow to come around to telling you this. I think this is something that you're going to have to kind of figure out why they're pushing so strongly for this strictly platonic thing. But they kind of will tell you subtly and maybe in their own way and in their own time why they're feeling that way. But this is what I'm feeling with that. So I feel like too, it's important for you to kind of take this in stride. I feel like you're going to have a little bit of an ego hurt from this because this isn't what you want. Or maybe the situation is reversed, right? But I think it's you. I think you're going to have to take it in stride, Spirit is saying, because you're going to feel so much better just being honest. Like it's going to be like this weight lifted off of your shoulders. But don't make a mountain out of a molehill. They're saying don't overreact about it. I think just knowing, having some clarity about the situation in that way and what's really happening, can help you take it in stride just a little bit easier because you understand the importance of being in their life. So moving into the 24th through the 31st, we have the Strength card with the Hermit. And don't worry, 2 cards came out together again this week. The 5 of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. And so with this, I really feel like you will dominate this situation. You will overcome this situation. It's only going to control you if you let it control you. And so I feel like, again, that there's going to be a lot of soul searching. You're going to have to dig deep, right? Oh, I lost that Strength card. You're going to have to dig deep, right? And do that soul searching and really try to come to grips with what's happening around you. I feel like, in a way, I feel like you almost want to part ways or separate ways. And that's a decision that you're going to have to make for yourself. I really hope that you don't come to that decision. I love the warm, fuzzy feeling. But if that's something that you need to do because you have such strong feelings for this person and take a space from that person, I think I could understand that as well. But again, I don't want you to focus on that so much because this person here, like, this person's still focused on their past issues, right? They're still bringing some baggage to the table, right? And so even if this person was to come around, they're going to still bring so many issues to the table and trying to work together to, like, as a unit to make this work really well. And I think that they know that, and I think that that's part of also not wanting to ruin things, right? And so, I feel like this person knows themselves and knows themselves well, and so they're just like slowly, steadily just working through their things. And, they still have to come to the understanding of like what they know that they're worth, right? They're in this like very immature stage just a little bit in terms of knowing their worth, and so they're not quite to that King of Pentacles where they're bringing stable energy to you, right? And so they have a little bit more healing and processing and stuff to do. They're not even open. See, the back is to the Two of Cups there, the two that are presenting themselves that are full. That opportunity is presenting, but their back is to it because they're so focused on what's happening in the past, right? Crying over the past and still processing those things. I think that hurt is deep. So again, I feel like it's something that will slowly come around. I feel like they try to control their circumstances in a way to help themselves feel better so that they can keep their guard up and not get hurt. And so if that's something that you're looking for, know that this person isn't going to be ready and open and with this heart open and full of love and ready and willing to be giving and receiving the love as you would need to begin a healthy relationship. And so I think that that's something to be mindful of as well. Overall advice here, Aries, we have the Three of Wands. So again, what I feel with this is, look, it's a big, wide world out there. Get involved. Who are you surrounding yourself with? What activities are you in? What are you doing in your community? These are the themes that I'm feeling with this Three of Wands. And again, Spirit says, listen, your intuition is your greatest ally. And I think that ultimately, if you're really sitting with this and drop it down into your heart space, you might actually feel that this isn't 100% like, yes, like this is it. And if it's not a yes, then that's a no, right? Like if it's not 100% like super excited, if you have any inkling whatsoever when you're sitting with this situation and you're feeling like, I don't know, then that's a no, okay? And so take that from Spirit and move forward with that. And I feel that you, on some level, know that this may not be the right situation for you. I just think that you want things so badly. And so, moving forward, try to really focus on yourself and get yourself involved in things that nurture yourself. And what I feel with that is ultimately this happiness starts to draw in more and more beautiful things to you, and it attracts just the right person. And in fact, you might meet somebody during these endeavors. And so it's a beautiful energy that I find you sitting in at the end of this. Again, know your worth and know that you are deserving. Know when to say no. And I think that your intuition will never, ever steer you wrong. So beautiful energy for you, Aries. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Not all general readings can resonate for everyone. But if you're interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can hit me up at the Square site in the description box below here on the YouTube. As always, I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. It sounds like you guys have a little bit of a love situation going on, so feel free to check out any of my love readings or any of the wonderful love readings here on YouTube provided by other readers. And I will be back again with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.